back to White or Black. Glad you all could join us for another video. Today I'm going to be discussing an occurrence that I had in the time frame May 2012 when I accomplished it. It was something I'd always wanted to do. I had gained a lot of interest in writing in high school. Always been a fan of short horror stories. However, I'd found another interest that I had found that I was actually pretty good at, and it was poetry. And having an aspiration for writing, I decided one day when I was down and out, I was going through some struggles, I started reflecting on things I wanted to do. And the one thing that I thought I had talent for, that I thought I'm going to run with, I'm going to finish a book. I'm going to compile a book and put it together. Throughout this session, though, I had a strange experience and was doing a lot of soul searching. So you could take this as a paranormal story. You could take this as something there, kind of giving an affirmation to secret societies. I always looked at a lot of the secret societies and all the talk of those things kind of with a grain of salt until I'd had this experience. So we'll get on with it. Today's video is called The Letter. So I had began writing a lot before I had met my wife. I had went through a rough instance, ironically, that I thought would be my wife. I had a split with another girlfriend of mine prior to my wife that was very hard on me, and I decided throughout a lot of that instance that I would run with my aspirations. I needed some distractions. I needed something to move me forward. And it was throughout this time I noticed I had so much that I had written when I was in high school, and I decided I was going to run with that, and I was going to fulfill my dreams. A lot of the tools I had found was existing, and there was a lot of self-publishing tools. There was a lot of things there. It took a lot of work, a lot of effort, but I put my heart and soul into it, and I decided to complete my book. There was nothing there stopping me, nothing holding me back. I had a lot of illustrations that I had drawn, and decided to put it all together. I mean, I had so much soul searching going on. I had put a lot of spirituality into my book, and it was time to get it done. And we had recently, we had purchased our first computer, and so, I'd been working on this for some odd years, back and forth, and working on it. And I just decided I'm going to finish it. So me and my wife, we had moved into a new home in Santaquin, Utah, and we've been living there a short while. Had my computer set up, and I've been cracking on this probably for about two weeks, trying to get it all finalized, put together. I had saw online, where I was going to do it and all this and that. And put a lot of heart and soul into it, Drove my wife crazy for a little while I was trying to get it done, because I was putting a lot of extra time into it, beyond work, 40 plus hours a week, and I was going to get my book done. I got it all put together, structured, back and forth, and I remember getting the first proof copy in the mail that I ordered, so I could actually kind of go over it, check everything for errors, this and that, and just trying to make sure everything was ready to run with, and so it would be readable, legible. There was no grammatical errors. And yeah, I kind of ran with that. So it was pretty neat. I remember being pretty excited, looking at my book there for the first time, and kind of gave me a sense of pride. It's like, even if it doesn't go anywhere, hey, I did it. So that was kind of the end of that. So here's where this story changes up. Not many people knew what I was doing. And I remember one day going out to the mailbox, and I was just collecting the mail just out front of our house there. And I came upon a strange letter. And I didn't recognize the sender. And so I was just kind of standing there examining it. And this is what's strange, is holding this letter in my hands. It's one thing to have unrecognizable mail, and you're looking at it and you're thinking, okay, all right, I wonder what this is. It's probably junk mail, it's this or that, or somebody wanting me to, get me to buy something, something to that effect. And holding this letter was different. It felt odd. It felt odd in my hands, like I was immediately hesitant to open this letter. And that was kind of strange enough in its own sense. And I ended up taking it in the house, taking in the rest of our mail, and I decided to open this letter and run with it and see what it was. And it was odd because, everything seemed kind of, even like the sender, it didn't, I don't know how to describe it. It's like there really wasn't anything there of contact information other than like an address. And so as I opened this letter and began reading it, it immediately caught me off guard. It's kind of cryptic. Nobody knew I'd been writing and compiling this book, and yet as I started reading this letter, it was basically saying how they had recognized my talent, and the letter was basically offering fame and notoriety. And it's when it got to the point in the letter that it basically said I had so many days to respond and reply to this letter to join a group, that I would have these things, and if I did not meet this deadline to choose, or to proceed, that those things would be lost. Granted, where this letter came from, I don't know. Nobody, no organizations, nothing really I hadn't contacted anybody. I had done this all on my own. And I got to thinking about secret societies and, the existence of secret societies. And I'd never had anything so profound to point to the existence of secret societies until this happened. I remember me and my wife standing there, both of us reading this letter and thinking, okay, that's creepy. Who is it? How did they know? Where did it come from? And I kept it for some time, and it was just so weird. I finally discarded the letter and had forgot about it. And lo and behold, I'd sold some copies of my book, and I'd gained some interest here and there, but it really never went anywhere. But I just had this impulsive feeling that said, you do not respond to these people. It affirmed that secret societies do exist, and it actually solidified my thoughts on secret societies, that they do exist, they do want control, and just the dark sense of dread I had from this letter let me know that these societies are not good, that these societies are evil. And paranormal or not, where do you get that instinct from? Just a letter, that feeling of dread. And you look at a lot of the stories that come out with these celebrities and that's coming out, and it's coming out left and right, and it let me know that these societies do exist. I was never one really to believe in the conspiracy theories, but the last 2 or 3 years have convinced me that it does exist. And so that's my story there. That's my experience trying to self-publish my own book. How these people operate, who knows? I'm curious though, if anyone else out there has had an experience or received a cryptic letter, something offering fame, and a response, if you want to join some society. And I'm curious, how many other people have had this experience. So I would appreciate, any comments you guys have, I'd be happy to respond. If you guys like this video, I would encourage you to subscribe, turn on your notifications. We've been getting some good growth here. I would appreciate any of you guys sharing the videos with people of similar interest. Help us get the channel growing, keep it going. It's hard enough, trying to get these on there and push these things, but any help you guys give me would be greatly appreciated. Once again, as always, I am very thankful for all of you and your support. I'd like to thank you for visiting White or Black, and I hope you come back and join us for another video. Until next time, we'll see you in the next video.